On a dark, wind-lashed night, after a long day of teaching, healing, and ministering to the crowds on the shores of Galilee, Jesus sent his disciples ahead in a boat to cross the Sea of Galilee, while he went up a mountainside alone to pray, seeking the quiet presence of the Father amidst the fading light. The disciples, though experienced fishermen, found themselves battling a storm far fiercer than they had expected, waves rising and crashing over the sides of the small vessel, the wind howling like 1,000 voices, each gust threatening to capsize them, and their hearts raced with fear as the night pressed in, darkness masking both the horizon and the shore they longed to reach. Then, amidst the tumult of the storm and the relentless spray of water, they saw him, a figure walking calmly across the water, moving with authority and serenity upon the waves themselves, as if the sea were a solid path and the wind merely a gentle breeze. Terror gripped them, and they cried out, thinking it was a ghost, their voices barely audible over the storm's roar. But Jesus called out, his voice cutting through the chaos, steady and comforting. "Take courage. It is I. Don't be afraid." Peter, ever impulsive, bold, and yearning to be near his Lord, called back, "Lord, if it is truly you, command me to come to you on the water." And Jesus' voice, calm and compelling, answered, "Come." Heart pounding with a mixture of faith and exhilaration, Peter stepped out of the rocking boat, feeling the water beneath his feet, somehow solid and supportive. Each step a defiance of every law of nature he had ever known, the wind whipping around him, but powerless to overwhelm his trust. Waves lapping gently against him, as though the sea itself bowed to the presence of the Lord. For a moment, his heart soared, eyes fixed on Jesus, marveling at the miracle of walking upon the stormy sea, feeling awe and wonder flooding his being, certain that faith could carry him above fear itself. But as he glanced around, the wind's fury and the towering waves pressed upon his senses. Doubt and fear crept in, and suddenly he began to sink, the cold water rising around him, his courage faltering, and he cried desperately, "Lord, save me!" Immediately, Jesus reached out his hand, firm and loving, catching Peter and lifting him, saying, "You of little faith, why did you doubt?" Together they returned to the boat, and the storm ceased at his command, the sea instantly calming, a profound silence settling over the water, as awe and worship filled the hearts of all the disciples, who fell to their knees, declaring in trembling voices, "Truly, you are the Son of God." As they sailed to the shore, hearts still racing from the miraculous encounter, each disciple reflected deeply on the night's events, realizing that even those closest to Jesus can be gripped by fear, that faith requires unwavering focus upon him amidst chaos, and that courage is not the absence of storms, but trust in God's sustaining presence through them. They marveled at the night's lessons, that the Son of God has authority over the natural world, calming the fiercest storms with a word, that he walks beside those who dare to step out in faith, that even a moment of wavering trust is met with mercy, restoration, and the assurance of his hand, and that human fear and doubt can be overcome by keeping eyes fixed firmly on Christ. The memory of the night etched itself indelibly into their hearts, the terror of the wind and waves, the miraculous sensation of walking on water, the warmth and strength of Jesus' hand reaching out to save, the awe-inspiring truth of his divine authority, and the eternal lesson that with him, the impossible becomes possible, that faith can defy fear, and that even ordinary men, when guided by his presence, can participate in miracles. Long after that night, the disciples would recount the story in wonder, telling of the Lord who defied nature, who called his followers to bold faith, and who demonstrated that divine power is never limited by circumstance, that every storm can be stilled, every sinking heart lifted, and every fear confronted by the steady, unwavering hand of God Himself, leaving a timeless testimony of courage, trust, hope, and the miraculous authority of the Son of God, whose footsteps on the water continue to inspire all who believe to step out in faith, to fix their eyes on Him above the chaos of life, and to trust that no wave, no storm, and no doubt can ever separate them from His power, His love, and His sustaining presence.